session of QDevs People Series. Well, we've been spotlighting people in our community. We have a community on WhatsApp where we have originally started as people learning how to code, being young. Now everybody is growing or has grown into people doing their PhDs, people doing masters, people doing building startups, people having hedge funds, people being global talents. So there are a lot of people now in the group, and this is an opportunity to hear about what they do. And we've had people like Fortune, who is doing his PhD. We have the Ochuko from Request Mechanic. We've had Celerify, that's Destiny. Celerify, that's Destiny. So, and today's edition we have Anthony Akpan, who is popularly known as Kromate in our group. So Anthony and he has also worked as an engineer in startups like Class, and currently is building Goalmatic. Before Goalmatic, he built Taxly, which was a platform where people could post jobs and other people could pick them up. And then he pivoted that to how would we describe it? So Taxly Reviews, a platform where it's like a testimonial.io where people can show reviews of products of products they bought, and in his word, he described it as Senja, we like to say a clone of Senja.io. Anthony, am I correct by saying that?
Technically, yes. So after Taxly, we converted Taxly into a company that builds software for African businesses, and what you just mentioned was one of the products. Right now, if you go to Taxly, Taxly.site or the XYZ, any of them, you would see the same page, which is basically a building software for African businesses page. And under that page, you see our products. These were like the initial products we built. So you would see Taxly invoice, feedback, bookings, goals, banks, forms, connect, leaderboard, and reviews. What you mentioned right now is reviews.
Okay.
So yeah, that's just one of the many products we built.
Yes. So and that's why I introduced you as a serial this thing. So, but from what I can get now, it's now under an umbrella of like there's an umbrella where you have many products that you built. And if I remember correctly, the reason why you took this approach is Naira was devalued and many startups are paying in USD. So yeah, like if you can build this software that are for everyday use, why can't you? Is that if I got that correctly?
Yes, that was the reason.
Okay. So now, currently you're building Goalmatic, and when I showed a friend the product, he said, "Oh, this is like N8N," and I'm like, "What is?" I didn't know originally understand what N8N was. But it's kind of like an automation product where people can set stacks and AI agents would automatically do them. So if you would describe the pivot from Taxly to Goalmatic, it's looking like it's a software product to an AI transition. What informed that decision, if you would?
Okay. So the idea for Goalmatic came from around 2024. We were building Taxly. I think you would need like the full overview to how we got to Goalmatic. We're building Taxly since 2022. So Taxly itself started like November 2022. And we started building the product, right? It was getting tractions, and but it was not growing as fast as we wanted it. People were using it, and those had a lot of in between. So because originally, as you mentioned, tax is a product for posting tax. And Nigerians, you post a tax and someone else picks it, there's going to be complications between it. People were using the platform wrongly. They would come and they would start posting themselves like their businesses on the platform. And you'll be like saying things like, oh, I sell clothes, I sell bags, and I'm like, it's for you to post tax. But apparently, if you give people like a free platform to post anything, they will post anything. So we are not like checking what they were posting because we gave everybody the ability to post. And then that's when we said, okay, we'll pivot and allow them to like have stores. So we added stores and services to taxi. And even with that, pushing this was still very hard. And that time, so I also realized that, okay, maybe the team was too big because at that time, I think the team, we had like 11 people on the team. So a lot of my friends were there. Me and a couple of my friends were there that believed in me. I believe Sebastian was there. Then a lot of really, really talented people. So like the team is too big and this is not growing. You know what? Just re-strategize and okay, had to like cut everybody off. And by that time, we are entering 2024, which a lot of my friends were entering their final year, so they're getting really busy. So I was like, okay, would change the strategy. The primary goal of a business is to make money, and it was not growing as fast. It was not making as much money, and we're not seeing as much growth. So we tried different strategies. It did grow. We tried referral programs. I think referral programs are like the fastest way we grew because yeah, we had some people that are really, really, really going out there and getting users. But still, we thought these users we were not still doing this thing.
Kromate, can you please hold on? Okay, thank you, Emmanuel.
Okay. So with all these users, we were still not getting. So I had users on the platform, but we were still not getting this thing. I was checking the analytics, and people were not using it. They're coming and almost dropping off immediately. So we said, you know what? Let's try something else. This was around the time where dollar was started to devalue. I said, okay, we'll build products for the non-pivoted taxi from a platform where you could post yourself and post tax to a company that builds products for African businesses. And then we pivoted into that. At that time, we were just experimenting. I believe a startup is an experiment to build a company. Now, for what's where I saw that quote, but basically, you're experimenting to see what sticks. That's how most companies start. So pivot as many times as you want and just keep on experimenting. And that's what we did. We created and started building this, and we're like, the idea is something would stick. But then we realized that Africans do not like to pay for software, like especially from small businesses that they don't know. If you want to create softwares for African businesses, you better find a way to give them something for free at least. Let them try your products, and then if they like it, let them subscribe. But if you tell them, oh, you have to come to this program, you have to pay, it's going to be very difficult. Your product has to be something I learned during this phase was that if you're building products for Africans, it has to be something that makes them money. Something like Paystack now. They make money from Paystack. Paystack does not also pay the subscription they would give you. Most companies that haven't tried that, most companies change their models, usually do not succeed. Right? So if you are trying to build like a software business, it has to be something that, oh, is generating money, they are seeing the money, and you're just taking a share out of it. That's like the best type of businesses that do well in this part of the world. But if you are just telling them, oh, I have the service, it's going to make your life better. What happens to paper and pen? I'm very sure I can use my paper and pen. I'm not giving you my 5K. Like, nigga, just drop your 5K. It's not that much, but nah, they are not going to drop that 5K. So around this period, I believe the team was so smart at this point. I think it was just me and Zainab. But then, so this was 2020. This was we're getting to the ending of 2024, and I believe 2024 there was this there was this hackathon that happened. It was Code with Google, Gemini, so. I've forgotten the exact name. Where they were going Google just went all out and said they're going to give like $1 million in prizes and whatnot. I was like, free money. So I ended up that's when I built the initial version of Goals. That's Taxley Goals. If you go to Taxley's page and check Goals, you would see the link. And that was what later became Goalmatic. The whole idea was that you could give it your goals. Even if you look at it, it has the old Goalmatic logo, just that it's slightly different. I would paste it. Do not sign up. Just take a look at it. But basically, it was what became Goalmatic. But for that hackathon, my idea was like, oh, you tell it your goals. It generates like actionable steps. It tells you what to do, and after that, it adds all those actionable steps to your calendar over the years or over the month, depending on how wide your goal. If your goal is like a yearly goal, it's going to have this for like the entire year. Calendar slots into it, and then you could like now, or every time you check your calendar, you'd see. That was the whole idea. But submitted the project, did not take it serious at first. I was like, man, I would do this quickly, and then submitted project. I guess it was not fully completed, and the judges I believe the judges at Google were like, man, they did not select my project. I'm like, I'm not paid. I'm not paid. The guy that want to build like a Jarvis code, he said that.
I can't hear you. The guy that won't get what?
A Jarvis clone. So like Iron Man Jarvis, but in your computer. So you tell it, oh, perform this task, and it will like do it. And I'm like, I'll see the source code. I don't think it's working properly. I don't trust this guy. Well, yeah, you could see your screen, you could do so, and I'm like, okay. First. Then I checked that one. I'm like, so no money for me. Wow, Sapanizer. You won again. So so I during that period, I was like, this project is not bad. And this was the period that I also started like playing with a lot of AI. Because before, all I was using AI was to like write code. And I was like, AI could do way more. And then, so when we were building Goalmatic, we wanted you to be able to like have agents, or in this case, goals by Taxley. Wanted you to be able to have agents that you could talk with, right? So if you set a goal, you should be able to like, ask your agents, how do I achieve this goal better? I ran into this issue. So it had agents, it had goals, it had workflows. You could see your workflows. Your workflows were basically ways for you to perform repetitive action, especially if it aligns with your goals. It also has tables, right? No, it did not originally have tables. It had workflows, it had agents, it had goals, it had, I've forgotten the other one, it had settings, and I think reminder or something like a chat interface, task chat or home. So those are the original ones. But when I said nah, since I know I'm in the competition, what am I not going to do? I was like, this AI agent thing, I've been seeing it and I've been seeing a lot of now. Like this AI agent thing kind of makes sense. I think I want to like pivot again. And so yeah. But this time around, I was like, instead of adding a lot of my friends, I was going to like build the company slowly and try to like create something sustainable. So yeah, what I did was I met my friend Zainab. Zainab's not on this call. But every time I have an idea, I used to go around and meet Zainab because she's like my favorite designer. She's one of my closest friends, and she's also a very good designer. Compared to the rest of my friends that would tell me to bring money, Zainab would do most of my designs for me. And I'm like, oh, I'm so touched. So as I said, I went to go and meet Zainab, because she was also the fourth person to that also built Taxley, like the original MVP from Taxley. So I was like, okay, no, Olabi Zainab, Olabi Zainab was in Taxley. She was the person that did content, but it was Zainab Idris.
You know, I took it, Kromate, I thought that was an inside joke Philip was saying, but it's not actually. That's why I say yes.
No, Olabi Zainab is another person, and she worked at Taxley, but she don't work at
Goalmatic. Yeah, okay.
By the time I was
I'll say
doing
the joke at the end of the
Goalmatic,
meeting.
all right. So after that, I Zainab is on the group. Zainab Idris is on QDevs too. So after I meet her, I was like, this time around, because she was working at a company then. I was like, quit your job, I'll pay you. How much are they paying you? I'll pay you salary. She was like, yeah, I know you, I know what you are. Yeah. Are you sure? Are you sure? I was like, leave this job, they are stressing you. Come and work for me. How much are they paying you? So eventually she said, okay, she was going to quit her job. And then she quit and then became the first employee at Goalmatic. But this time around, I was ensuring that everybody I employed, I was going to like pay them. I've learned from my past experience that if you hire your friends and you're not paying them, they get bored. So I ensured everybody I got, I was paying them. And everybody had a salary. At least everybody currently in Goalmatic has a salary, and it's actually making me broke. But what can I do? So yeah, I got Zainab, told her what I wanted to do. She was like, okay, first. And she started to design, and she designed the first MVP. So I was like, this ghost thing is quite limiting. People that every time I showed people Goalmatic, they're very excited to use about like, I would script goals, I'll script reminders, I'll put I will now have agents workflows. I'll not center Goalmatic around agents that were originally had. People to come create their agents, link it to their WhatsApp and communicate with it. That was like the first MVP of Goalmatic. So yeah, even right now you can come create an agent, customize it so you can give your agent like the ability to search the web, the ability to read your email, the ability to check your Google Calendar, and then after doing that, you can then link it to your WhatsApp and communicate with it through WhatsApp. I believe you can also do that with Telegram. So you can basically customize it. An agent has knowledge base, it has tools, it has custom instructions. They can also give it custom knowledge bases. That was like the first MVP of Goalmatic. Then we created workflows. And workflows was by an agent, you tell it what to do, and then it uses these tools to achieve that goal. A workflow, you give it notes, you give it blocks. So you tell it a workflow can have an agent in the step, but it's not really an agent in the sense that something is choosing different steps. A workflow, you have each block that performs a significant action. So it has a trigger. How is this workflow going to start? Is it when someone submits a form? Is it going to run every day but at a particular time? Is it going to do so? So you give it a trigger, then you give it nodes inside. So if you have like something that you do regularly and you know every step within that thing that you do, you can create a workflow for it. So maybe check my Google Calendar, check the events inside my Google Calendar, filter for events I have today, take that event. If I have any meeting, check the people within that meeting and find their information. The workflow is what actually looks like anything. Find their details, then use the web search tool to find information about these people, create a summary, then you now assign all of this information to another node called the agent node that creates a summary. The agent node now assigns this, after creating the summary, assigns the output to a WhatsApp node that sends this message to your WhatsApp number, and then every day, every day, 5 minutes before your meeting, or however you configure your workflow, you're going to go through your calendar, find the people that you're having meeting with, and send their information to you. That's basically how workflows works. Now, agents and workflows were basically what were the initial phase of Goalmatic, and then while we were doing that, I tried working with Google Calendar, Google Sheets, because I got Google Calendar, all of these integrations. You have to like apply and do whatnot. I realized that if you want to get permissions to use Google Sheets, you have to get a certificate. I've forgotten the name of the certificate, right? And the certificate costs about $4,000 annually. So it's basically data something that proves that you are satisfied to handle people's data. And so 4,000 something annually for me to read your Google Sheets. That's when tables came in. I was gonna say, you know what, I'll just build my own Google Sheets. So yeah, so the 3 building blocks for Goalmatic and agents, workflows, and tables. Tables are basically just a way for you to Tables are basically just a way for you to, basically they are Google Sheets, they store data into a database. So you can save images, videos, text, and whatnot. And yeah, I don't have to pay Google $4,000. And so now later, I discovered there's something called Composio that allows you to like use their API keys, but it's also not stable. So yeah, along the way we built certain concerning Goalmatic extraction. Along the way we built certain workflows. Like we had built a job scraping workflow, in the sense that it's a workflow that would like check online, extract jobs, and then send it to you, and add it to a table, then send it to you. And then we added a unique key, in the sense that if this job exists in the database, like in tables, do not add it again, do not send it. And basically that's Goalmatic is one project that I know that I was actively building and using at the same time. I'm like, oh, this. And yeah, so we did that, and now we are into 2025, and we are hiring, like we started hiring people. I did the hiring of Goalmatic strategically because I said I wanted to pay everybody that joined Goalmatic. That's like, and I did not want to be using my salary. So for the funding option, what I did was, there's RiseVest, right? And RiseVest gives you a particular amount of interest for certain milestones you reach. Basically, if you save 5 million and above inside RiseVest, for every 5 million you save in RiseVest, I think back then they've changed their rules. But for every 5 million you save in RiseVest, you get 100K every month, right? So yeah, I was, although I later broke this rule because I needed to hire a couple of people that did not fit this rule. So like now, before I hired Zainab now, after Zainab, I ensured that before I had some Zainab from RiseVest to pay Zainab her salary without having to touch my own like actual salary. Like Zainab's salary was coming directly from RiseVest. Then after I surpassed Zainab's salary, I added someone else to the team, like Confidence. So Confidence, that was the social media manager. If you've seen any Goalmatic video, she's the one with the tinted hair or the bowed head, or Confidence has used a lot of hairstyle over the years. So yeah, our salary was coming directly from RiseVest. I grew the team very slowly, but I ensured that everybody, before I added a new person, their salary was already coming from my interest. So yes, why I was not like I was not getting interest directly. I was paying off everybody's salary. In that way, I was not taking any risk per se, because I still had my salary, and everybody working in the company, their salary were coming off Friday. This happened to like the last-ish couple of, to like the last quarter of Goalmatic. Everybody that worked in Goalmatic salary were coming from RiseVest. And that was because I needed to hire a new developer. Developers are like the most expensive people on the team. So when they tell me, oh, today I did not work, you did not work as well. Your computer, you know that meme with the angry face and you're smiling. Nigga, don't drop your update on the group chat.
His creative just grind up. You need to give him time.
Don't get me mad. Yeah, I'm paying you like the highest. You're collecting like 2 people's salary. Do normal. I used to tell their PM, when I asked their PM, like because we have PMs, and I asked PMs, because we have to restructure Goalmatic internally, and I divided them into teams. So Goalmatic has like 2 teams, Team Division 1 and Division 2, and they work on different things. And then they report every day to their PMs, not to me, because I actually do not have like the time to be. Until recently, where I told them start reporting to me, because I started paying, like I started looking at the money and I was paying salary, and the money in my account was reducing, and I was like, and then PMs will be telling me, oh, this person said they don't have money in their generator. I said, don't worry. Hi guys, starting from today, please send all your reports to me. Because this PM is telling me that this person does not have hey. Anyways, we get to that. So yeah, we did that, and Well, I would say in terms of progress, Goalmatic has been growing because earlier in the year when we started building, like earlier last year, that's 2025, we started doing we had after the team basically went from Zainab, employee number one, she was the designer. I would call Zainab at odd hours. Hello, Zainab, I have this idea. She'd be like, oh, this my mad boss is here again. Zainab, wait. This is it, man. This is it. I can feel it. Now I'm like, oh yeah, what is it? She like, give me. Me and Zainab have had fights even recently. So I'm like, I'm not like sincere. Don't vex me. I'm like, relax. But yeah, we have been building different things. So Zainab was employee number one. She did the design. Zainab handles design across board because I asked her, oh, do you want like me to bring an external designer? She was like, no. I will handle everything. So she does content, she does social media, she does the actual designs, she does LinkedIn posts. When people ask me, oh, you posted on LinkedIn, it was so nice. I'm like, I can't design like that. It's not that handles my LinkedIn graphics. So she does a lot. Because sometimes I would want to design myself and I should look at it and I'm like, if they ask you who is your designer, would you say it's me? I said yes. Like, wait, let me clear this thing. So then after that, we got confidence. Confidence handled social media. Well, she still handles the social media. Then we got sales because we wanted to target B2B. Goalmatic as a platform is very, very hard to sell to like customers, right? Because they'll be like, oh, what does it do? It was easier to sell to business. So
Yeah.
we realized that most
touched
customers.
on that part you touched on was something I wanted to ask now. Who is the target customer of like Goalmatic? So when you think of because the way you described it, it sounds like an interesting project to you. So that means you could work on this a long time and over time figure out the target audience for it. Because right now you said you use the job boards yourself. Because I went on it, I saw that there's a part where you can scrape all the tech events happening in Nigeria and everything like that. So these are interesting things that you use. So when you think of somebody that pays you money, and I saw that there are different plans. We have the free plan, and we have like other plans where you get credits from. I can see that you figured out that Nigerians don't pay the subscription. If you put a subscription model on a product, most Nigerians don't pay. So if you're building a product on this call and you want to have a subscription model, please don't do it. Or find a way around it. So Nigerians typically pay MCN routes. So there's a reason why MCN guys have their model that way. So you have a credit model and people pay when they use all their credit, they load up more. So when you think of a typical customer of Goalmatic, because when I first saw the platform, it looks technical. That means somebody who has a level of okay, for example, if I say something like, is this field, is it unique? Is it this? You must have it must have like some knowledge of databases to know, okay, this is required, this is that. So how do you think of somebody that a lot of people that are going to pay you money to use Goalmatic beyond yourself? So when you think of that kind of person, what comes to your head?
Yeah, our target audience were businesses, that is for the longest of time, almost throughout 2025. And we also realized a lot of flaws because I remember even right now, so after this call, dump on the call with the PMs, with the PM, and she was like, we are not marketing this product enough. And I'm like, oh, she did not get that we are marketing to businesses. And that's what the call is on about. I wanted to explain to her why we stopped marketing like flows and agents, why we paused like the old marketing strategy. Because even when we were talking to like CEOs and whatnot, a lot of them be excited to use it. But if you don't have someone technical in your team, there's very little you could do with it. So the people that someone paid, at least 2025, were people that had like an engineering team. And then we had like a lot of, the problem with that is we did get B2B clients, but they wanted very specific things. They would send a list with like 100 workflows and 100 agents. And I'm like, the primary developer, because I have like two other devs, but if I should assign this to my devs, this will take all their time. They'll not be able to work on the main product. So I'll be the only one working on the main product. If I should assign this to myself, it will be a lot. Like, and then you now want to use the same. You have seen Goalmatic pricing model. It's very, very cheap. Made it dead cheap so that people will not complain about, oh, so like Yeah. And then we want security, we want with 1,000, with 100 agents, with wow. You have to be glad. So yeah. That's why we stopped, right? We that was something we handled. We are currently working on a way right now where you could just come here, you could just come, like type what you want. This is going to be the customer facing part of Goalmatic. Right now, the technical part, if you want more power, you can use Goalmatic as it is now. But we are building a other phase. You would see it probably before the ending of this quarter, where you could come, you want to build an agent, you just type into it and tell it, oh, I want an agent that does this and this for me. And it's going to generate the system prompts, the tools, and any custom knowledge it needs. And it's going to generate your agent, and you can just click it to use. Same thing with workflow. You want a workflow that does a particular action for you, just come and build it. This one will be customer facing now, and we can then aggressively push that. So like customers and run ads on it. That would be easier for them to use because they are not thinking about any technical details. The AI itself will build the workflow. The AI itself will build the agent. And but we had to pause, right? That's like February targets. In January, what we are building most ready was the Goalmatic website builder. We after building, okay, so the story continuing, after building Goalmatic to tables and agents and workflows, realized that a lot of people did not understand how a lot of these things work. Also, they come, they say they want to do this, and I will tell them, if you want to actually make good use, if you want to actually make good use of Goalmatic, you have to like use agents and workflows and tables together. And they'll be like, oh, they would have to use agents and workflows and tables, and they get confused and they run away. So we built bundles. That's where bundles came into play, which were like custom. We built everything for you. So bundles has integrated the tables, the agents, and the workflows underneath. They will still using three, but we are giving you in a custom UI. So we have things like Teambox bundle that allows you to create a shared email inbox. We have things like the expense tracker, which is probably our most successful bundle to date, which allows you to track your expenses. We have the WhatsApp and Instagram CRM bundle, which allows you to create an agent on WhatsApp and Instagram, give it custom knowledge, and assign it to a phone number. So you can have a custom phone number and it can answer things like customer support and whatnot. So when you ask it questions, it answers it for you. So those are some of the bundles we currently have. And yeah, the bundles did solve the whole people are not understanding and people would like this better. So we did that and that's worked. Right. The bundles worked. In fact, I think my views on, because the bundles, the expense tracker bundle uses WhatsApp, the WhatsApp integration, and it also uses the WhatsApp integration and also Gemini integration, and then saves everything to a table. And I think this year I had one of my WhatsApp view went to like, before the WhatsApp view is usually like 0.08, 0.01. It was very, very low. But yeah, a lot of people started using the expense tracker bundle, and I'm getting $14 from WhatsApp bundle. I'm getting $30 from Gemini, like monthly AI bundle, and this is only going to grow. So yeah, that has been happening. So we are seeing after all the pivot and jumping since 2022, we are actually now seeing sticky users, people that are coming. We are getting like 50 recurring users every day. Like 50 people are coming and they are using the expense tracker based on the analytics, which is higher than almost any. And these are not B2B, these are B2C. It's higher than almost any this thing. And given that we have not pushed this product in terms of marketing and ads and whatnot, we have not pushed it aggressively. We've not done we don't have a community, we've not done referral contests. We have not done any aggressive marketing things right now, which we have plans for later this year. But yeah, if we are already getting like 50 users, we'll probably focus on monetization because I can't continue to cover expenses on my own end. There's a monetization scheme, but very lenient in the sense that we are charging very little, and we are doing that as per market entry pricing. It's very low to get into the market and like get users, but we'll probably restrict that. I'm thinking moving from 2.5 to like 3K, and then on free plan, instead of giving them 150 credits, dropping it to like 50 credits. Because a lot of people like, oh, Anthony, I would love to pay for this. Then pay for it. See the private page, pay for it. But no, you keep on using, but your free credit has not finished. So you're enjoying the free credit. Don't worry, I'm coming for you. We'll meet ourselves very soon. So yeah, bundles worked because, as you can see from the the story is still there because Goalmatic still has other things. I'm coming.
I wanted to say that, like, so you said a lot of people ask you for like 100 workflows, and if I remember something that Asemota said once and Dr. Neto, is that most, again, Nigerian business don't like paying for things unless it's very critical. We don't go for checkups unless the health problem is at our doorstep. We don't service our cars until it has broken down. So what they do say is that you build a product and you render a service. So if you have businesses that are saying that, oh, they want 100 workflows and they need to have a technical person. So there was, when we had a conversation with Favor, I don't know if Divine Favor is on this call. So they had something like that. It's quite different from here because you have a product that businesses want, businesses are clamoring for in this regard. They, on the other hand, had a lot of technical depth that they could offer to businesses. So yours is like you have a product you understand, and there are services businesses want. So is there a business model you can build out of that where you have in-house people you train to understand Goalmatic or automate? I don't know what they call them now. They call themselves the automation developer, and you charge businesses to build thousands of workflows as much as they want, provided they're paying for the service. So the burden of hiring a person, it can't scale if they hire one person to set up workflows for them. But for you, just pay me 100,000, 200,000 every month, and I'll take care of whatever workflows you guys need. What do you think about that?
So yeah, it was something we considered. Well, given how Project Goalmatic was, we're like, okay, we'll hold up on that. But given that Goalmatic's secondary product is a website builder, we have Imagine Lovable, both.dev. Goalmatic has a website builder where you encode there. It basically functions the same way. You enter what you want and it builds your websites. And that is also linked to Goalmatic as a whole. So tables for database, agents, and workflows to automate things. So for that product, I think that product has made, in terms of revenue, that product has made about like 50K. Given that we started the website builder in January, it's made 50K in January. So because there was someone that wanted to use that product immediately and started paying for it. And because websites are usually like very long, our cheapest plan was like 25. So they paid for like 2 years. So 25K, because if you go to the pricing page, 25 times, if you pay for a year, it's 25. So times 2 is like 50. The person paid like 50. And they're asking for, oh, they want to do more, they want to do this. And then there were other people that reached out to me that wanted to build websites. And I was like, oh, see, Goalmatic, you can use this. So when we are building that, yeah, Nigerians also like this thing where the dark 50K before I got, not like before I got it, but the changes she wanted, because it was a lady, and I'm not saying this is like a lady's thing, because everybody, all Nigerians do this thing, or almost anybody said the revisions they make. So you build the sites, you show them, they tell you, oh, this is what I want. Then all of a sudden, the image is too big. This weight, I want to change this text. I don't like the way the text is looking. Can we bring it to the? And I was like, you know what? Come and take. And I actually offered that, like, you can use Goalmatic, the product works. You can use Goalmatic website builder, the product works. You can build your site yourself. I jumped on a call. I showed her, you come here, you edit it, you have a conversation with it. I'm going to like make changes. She said, oh, this is very cool. This is very cool. But I'm not really technical. Can you just keep on doing it? I was like, damn, I have a company to run, man. man, I can't keep on doing this. You can't keep getting away with this. But yeah. I did that. We are basically done with that project. She wants more, and I'm like, okay. Right now, the website builder currently just build websites. We are looking into implementing analytics, databases, analytics, payments, so that it can be like e-commerce stores and everything, and then create templates and sell it. And with what you said, yes, we are going to start, because later this year we want to create like an hackathon. We'll probably need sponsors. If my sponsor is in this chat, please put W's in the chat, reach out to me. So yeah, I want to probably run an hackathon last quarter of this year, as 2026, where we are supposed to use like Goalmatic and the website builder. So you use like workflows, agents, tables, and build different products for local businesses. And also we are going to run a program, probably second quarter, where we reach out to small businesses and like build custom websites for them. Apparently, selling websites is very, very catchy. You just pay for the domain. But for the first phase, we are going to like handle the domain. We would set up everything for you. You find a business that is doing relatively well, and would like build the website for you. And then in that way, we also be able to like grow in terms of brand visibility. So that's like one of our strategies. Second one is the hackathon that we also plan to have. We also plan to introduce like automation engineers, workflow developers, bring Goalmatic to their front so that they can see, they can do this and that with it. They can also, we'll probably also have a register page where you can sign up as a Goalmatic workflow engineer. You can like build custom things. You can also report. We're also trying to like implement referrals and also build like a very stable community so that you can drop feedbacks. Like the expense tracker now, like almost every week since the expense tracker launched, I think the expense tracker launched properly 1st of January-ish, and almost every week I've been getting like someone entering my DM. I'm like, for simple things like, when I tell it I bought something yesterday, it records it as today. I can't record multiple things in the expense tracker. Different people come, these are different people's complaints. Like, if I entered multiple things into the expense tracker, it just records one of it. When can I get like my expenses for a particular day? As we were dropping this feedback, I was making changes. There was this guy that entered my DM like 9 p.m. and before 9 a.m. the next day, changes were already implemented. And I was like, wow, that's so fast. And I was like, yes, please tell your friends, grow these products. So we have like other plans on growing right now. I think I want to like stabilize the team, because I believe we need to like slow down a bit. Not really slow down, but in terms of focus, we need to like align everybody to ensure that we're on the same page. We have the website builder that Division 1 is working on, and then we have like the bundles and other features that Division 2 is working on, because they have some certain bundles. Like content hub now, that's the current work that Division 2 is working on. So I also plan to also make more content to gain visibility. But that's the summary.
Anthony, so we are supposed, this call is meant to be 1 hour, and we started 7:30, so we are meant to edit like 8:30. So, but I have one last question. Then usually people in the audience or people that are listening that have questions can also ask their questions. So the last question would be that in December you released a product that you sent to the group where we could upload our receipt and see the record we did in the whole year. Like that was one of the viral moments, let's say mini viral moments for the company, and everybody everybody saw what Goalmatic, what you guys did, and the kind of like fun quotes you guys put to the very healthy spenders. Let's call Sebastian. Sebastian was one of the healthy spenders. So what would you say you learned from that moment in that phase of the company? Like it was an expense year up.
Yeah, that product was one of the products that I did nothing to do with. One of the products that I had nothing to do with. Like, okay, it was the idea itself was for me and Zainab. but I just left it to a particular division. Almost every Goalmatic product, I usually have like something to do with it. I wrote part of the code. I was in charge. I reviewed the code. But for this one, I think I was too busy doing certain things. I think it was girlfriend related. Yeah, that was my girlfriend's birthday and a lot of other people's birthday. But I was busy. And so I did not. I just left it the same, and I almost craved that product. I was like, nah, this is not good enough. Like it had bugs, and everybody that worked on that product, from the PMs to the designer to the developers, they said they will vex if I scrape it. And they're literally crying, like, please, Anthony, no, let's just launch. And I was like, okay, everybody is saying that we should launch. And so we did. And I was so surprised. It probably had that period had one of the highest view, like December. We launched like December 31st or January, December 31st-ish. Yeah, because I remember it was 2025. And throughout that week to the new year, we had like, if I should remember, our analytics actually entered the thousands. Like a lot of people were using the products actively, and I was like, wow, where are all these numbers coming from? And I was getting positive review, and I was like, we don't wanted to scrape the products. Apparently, the reception was actually quite surprising. They accepted it well, and something I learned is if you nobody was signing up. Users do not like to sign up, apparently, because if you give them sign up page, they all run away. But the fact that they could come, I even thought, oh, they'll say their data, this and that. Well. Most people did not actually care about their data. It's not like I could see your data. I told you I had no access to your data. I did not see any of your expenses. I don't check anything. So we are not storing your data. So it was like all run locally. And we have learned anything from that. So we'll probably run something similar for Valentine. Is that Africans like gimmicks. They like things that are things they can post, things they can show. They like to share. And if you build virality into your product, if you build something that people can take and share around, it's going to grow really, really fast. And also, the things you think would go viral, especially when it comes to products, are not usually the things that do. Because, yeah, like I said, I wanted to script it. I tried out and I was like, see this book, see that book. I can't release this. I was like, if I release this and this flops, I'll say you guys though. They said yes. I was like, okay. And then it became one of our most viral ideas. And I was like, wow. So yeah, just if I've learned anything, just keep experimenting. As long as you don't, a startup dies when the company runs out of funding or the founders give up. As long as you do not give up and you keep on experimenting with ideas, like since 2022, we have been building this, we are still building this. Goalmatic in itself is since 2025, 1 year, but the product itself did not start in 2025. It's an accumulation of all the things. Like throughout the years now, Zainab has been getting better as a designer, I've been getting better as a developer, as a leader, as a founder. I've been learning from mistakes. There are certain things I did in 2022 that, I would not try again. I would have like, okay, this is how you address the situation. Learning things like incorporation, and Paystack is holding my money. I'm learning things that there are a lot of business dealings that you learn. So yeah. Basically, virality, things that you think will go viral do not usually go viral, and the things that you think will not go viral will most likely go viral. So just keep on trying everything and don't give up. Basically, that was one of the things I learned.
Pretty awesome. It looks like you have a lot of things to say, and maybe in the next quarter we still can invite you over, more people over. So, but because we try to like this Sunday, everybody can prepare for work tomorrow. Anybody that has been listening has any questions for Kromate, we can use the next 5 minutes to answer them. And yes, anyone, just raise your hand before you speak.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. So Kromate, well done. Yeah, I think you've been building before myself, and I learned a lot from everything you said, all of that. Everything that you said on this call, I really appreciate it. So, I just want to ask some questions. Like, for my product at Sellafy, we are not live yet, and even though like there are two distinct products, like distinct industries. Mine is in the blockchain space. Mine is B2B to C. Get mine is B2B to C. So how do you go about you said you have a B2B part that you guys like more like would I say pivot now? Or you guys have a module that you do with, like businesses. So how do you go about let me learn from your process basically on B2B sales, how you basically how you like your strategy, your GTM strategy for like for businesses. And I know that okay, you are mostly like in the Nigerian region, like Nigerian businesses and also yeah, that's how.
Okay. So if I got your question correctly, how do we handle B2B sales? And I'll probably also talk about like the B2C aspects because you are doing B2B2C. So if you are building a product that you are for the B2B, like if your target audience are businesses and your target audience are like customers, the way you build the product are significantly different because I've built products for both of them. For B2C, if you are building a B2C product, one of your advantages or one of your greatest advantages would be your fast iteration and listening to customers. A customer comes and tells you, oh, I don't understand how this button works. You need to fix that button like immediately and tell the customer this has been fixed, and then speak to the next customer and they say, oh, they should not complain about that button again, right? And over time, if you're iterating quick enough, the product would change drastically, and you would probably have a. As long as you don't, you know what you are trying to build. You are not going to change the core of your product, but the look and feel. There are certain things that are very inconsequential because, well, it's not really going to change the core of your product, but it's probably going to make it better in terms of understanding. So when I have meetings, and especially when I'm talking to like normal clients, the B2C clients, I'm like, they're saying, oh, they don't understand this, I don't understand that. I just shut it and gives it up. And she like makes the adjustments. When you're talking to B2B, like they'll rarely make comments like that because usually they have a team. And their teams usually like they're also developers, they understand most of the things. But their own is usually security. The things they worry about is very, very different from the things everyday clients worry about. They worry about security, they worry about data safety, they have their own internally, they have their own like this business will tell you, oh, we have this certificate, we have that certificate, we can't work with you if you don't have this certificate, we can't work with you if you don't have that certificate. In terms of sales, the GTM that you mentioned, your specific question, have a sales team for B2B, that is probably what you need. Like if you are selling to businesses, you need a sales team, and you need really good salespeople. I had like 2 sales people. I had to let one go because the other one just was exceptional and kept on outperforming the other, right? Yeah, every day they go online, they have the tools, salespeople have the tools they use, they have their prospects, they know what the products are about. Your salespeople should understand your products. If not, they'll be getting very wrong prospects and they should be able to sell it. They get a list of prospects. That's a lot of list of businesses. They find out who they. You can do this yourself if you are very early, but it's very tiresome. So if you're using things like Apollo, go to search Child Deck on Apollo, you'll find emails of like the CEO, the CFO, the sales team message to everybody that they can find. Tell them, oh, this is if you have like a business email now, if you check it, you usually see all this sales pitch in your DMs, in your emails. So yeah, that's basically what sales team do. And then you would see like 1 or 2 eyes, somebody will respond and they will schedule a meeting, and then you try your absolute best to like sell them the product. And when you are doing that, you if possible you can onboard them on that call. You probably do it, but depending on your product, so the way you handle the meeting is different. There are certain people that their products are very expensive in the sense that one of the reasons I've kept Goalmatic this cheap is because I'm using Gemini. I do not allow any other API. I would go broke if I mistakenly enable Claude in Goalmatic and somebody goes down and use Claude, Sonnet, whatever, or Claude Opus. That's one request like $3. So yeah, I can allow a lot of people to like try the products for free, but if your product is very expensive and you're doing B2B, then you should be telling them. In fact, I know your product is I know your product is global. So yeah, in most cases I will tell you to forget Africans. If you're business for Africans, but forget Africans, they would not pay you. Like your sales team, the region they should your sales team should be able to target like certain regions that they want to like sell to. The region they should be selling to is not Africans. I'm sorry to say. You should probably sell into like first, if selling to Asians will probably be better than selling to Africans. Nigerians, Africans do not like to pay money. You probably get better lot selling to Asians than sell to Canadians, sell to American, do your research, find like niche spaces that are not looked, even within America, find like states that's probably are upcoming, find upcoming states, find upcoming areas and target that very your system should be a very good system should be able to like target not just a country, should be able to target regions, states, very small sections, and then blast that area and get as many leads as possible. So yeah, that would probably help your and then also write articles on LinkedIn. Especially for B2B, you'd see a lot of impressions, and LinkedIn gives you a lot of reach compared to like other platforms if you are consistent too. So yeah.
That's
All
very
right,
helpful.
thank you so much. I appreciate. Yeah, I appreciate. I'll put that into accounts. Yeah, thank you.
Any other question?
Am I Kromate? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much for the conversation so far. I love how you have really thought about the product and you have thought about like the possible next steps, right? One is that I'll just quickly rehash what Orutola said of that, like your B2B would like really benefit from having forward deployed engineers, right? People who can build at scale. And because I think at some point, some of the agents that businesses will want would be similar. But I think that your bundle style may also work for that. But that as you bring on more businesses, the workflows will start to be similar, especially if those businesses are in the same line of work. But my question is focused on how do you sustain motivation? I know you pay people, but you correctly, you have divided the team across two product lines, right? Maybe B2B and B2C, or like just the two products you have. And then the product managers used to report to you, but now you're saying everybody will report to you.
Is it my network?
No, I can't hear him too.
I think his network had issues. Mika, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't think I can hear you.
Yeah.
For example, only someone wants to build this web.
Yeah, while we wait for him to come and finish his question, any other person?
Wait, Akpan, are you back? Because you lost service. I could not hear you, got disconnected. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So yes, so first was that I was like commending you on like insights about the business and the next steps for it. But two is how
Yeah, your network is bad. You probably should just type. But I think I got the first part of your question where you were asking how do I sustain motivation apart from salaries. Yeah. Philip's question that he posted is Goalmatic hiring. I would give you like the most classic CEO response. We're always hiring. But secondly, I don't have any money, so truthfully no. Secondly, how do I sustain motivation? Well. This might sound funny, but I just send very long speech at the ending of every month to the group chat about what we are doing and where we are heading and why everybody needs to like be logged in. Then secondly, the two division, the creation of the two division himself. I believe competition. A lot of people do not like competition, but I believe competition helps humans like become better. And that's why we have two divisions in Goalmatic, and the two divisions, why they do work together, they are clearly saying, oh, this division, like it was division one that built the expense tracker, right? Division two was the one that took over the division one was the one that built the year in review finance wrap, and division two was one that built the expense tracker. They were both successful products. Then currently division one is working on like this website builder. Division two is working on setting other bonds like content up that will be released. And yeah, apart from that, each developer is seeing the other developer working on something and they're getting motivated. And so we have like stand-ups, checking on everybody. What is the issue? I would not call myself, if anything, I'll call myself, I'm probably too kind, given that it's a startup. Because yeah, some of my employees would come and tell me, oh, they don't have lights or they don't have this, they'll not be able to work for like this day or that day. And I'll be like, it's fine, understandable. I've been there, we've all been there. So the fact that I don't think I like maltreat anybody, tell them to take their pace. But so when I tell them, oh, it's time for you guys to be serious, you know I'm serious. I'm not doing this out of oh, I just want to use them. Because if I was doing it out of that, most people would start developing Apache and like I don't just care about his products. I genuinely care about everybody on the team, and I try to like help out most of the time. Oh, you need this, you need that. Can I get myself salary advances? Really need this something extra. You need airtime to do this, depending on the person. I've almost answered all of their requests. So the fact that they feel like, okay, I have their back and I've been there for them. They do not want to disappoint, and they always like, even if they are busy, even if they have something, they always deliver, right? Even on days that you don't feel like doing work, the team always delivers. So if you genuinely care for your team and like show up for them, and you're still paying them salaries, and also try to like ensure that I have like salary increases, salary reviews basically. So yeah, there's that to keep the motivation and ensure that everybody's working. It has been working so far. So yeah. There are some days that people just message me and tell me, Anthony, I do not feel motivated. Like I'm feeling extremely down. And I'm like, it's okay, take a break, don't work for like 2 days, and then come back and we'll discuss. And they don't work for 2 days and then they come back. And I'll probably send them money for like ice cream. I'm like, hey, ice cream money, and then they come back and they just work. I let you send them money for ice cream. I'm not kidding. And then they come back after 2 days and they are back and they deliver good work. So yeah, sometimes some people just burn out or they get tired or they are doing multiple things. They are reading for their masters, they are applying for a scholarship, and they are tired. They're also doing Goalmatic. So like, oh, take 2 days, take ice cream, watch film, come back. You would feel better. So that has worked compared to before, if I compared my 2022 days, and I was not paying people. What do you mean you're feeling down? Me say I'm feeling down, I'm looking. But those are some of the ways I've grown. I've grown over the years. To have more empathy, to be more kind, and yeah, to ensure that the team is motivated.
Kromate, like there are a lot of questions I want to ask, but thank you for this session. Like in 3 months' time, like we'll run it back so that we can have like a sequel of the questions, because it takes a certain level of maturity to see things from this perspective that human beings use blood and not just they are not machines, and versus you, like maybe they are pressing deadlines, how you hit those deadlines and also decompress after that. So that it's not like a go kind of. So yeah, that's not something that is in the Nigerian culture. That means you learn them from somewhere. So maybe places you've worked and you don't like how the culture was. So we'll expand on all these things in future episodes. But in the meantime, thank you very much um for joining this for speaking with us on Goalmatic, and it's very much appreciated.
Thanks for having me.
Good session. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Thank you to our
Bye,
technician.
guys.
Let's thank Williams, please. Williams has been the one setting up everything for us.
Thank you, Williams. You
Thank you,
see,
Williams.
I told you we are both unemployed. We are both in the unemployed section. It's the unpaid section. They are not unemployed.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's stop this recording. So, okay, it's done.